Alright, so 2015 Jeep Wrangler, and today I'll be showing you how to install this 11.6 inch car joying plug and play Android head unit. So it comes with everything you need. It comes with the correct antenna adapter, it comes with the correct wire harness interface, with the CAN bus system for the steering wheel controls and backup camera and all that. So it's got the GPS antenna, it's got the Wi-Fi antenna, cooling fan, and all the RCA inputs and outputs you could ever need. We'll also be installing the 1080p high definition rear camera. That one's also a backup camera, but you can also view it live. But as you can see, the dash kit and everything is all plug and play. Just screws right in place of the original one. Alright, so here's what the factory radio looks like in this 2015 Jeep Wrangler. Nothing special at all. It does have the steering wheel controls on the back side of the steering wheel, so we'll be able to do the volume and all that kind of stuff through the CAN bus system. Alright, so to take the radio out, you need to take this dash bezel right here off. To get it off, there's 4 screws. You got one behind the window switch, you got one up here in the top and the center, and you got one on each side of the steering column over here. So 4 screws total. All you really need is a panel popper and a 7mm socket. So take your panel popper, pop these window switches out, fold it down and unplug its connector. So once you have it out, also come over here, pull this plastic trim piece that goes underneath your steering column. Go ahead and pop it loose using your fingers. Set it off to the side. Go ahead and take those 2 screws out, take that screw out, and take the one out underneath your rubber tray up here. Once you have those 4 screws out, just pull straight back towards you on the dash bezel to pop it all loose. Just pull it out of your way. Alright, so now that you got the dash bezel out of the way, and go ahead and take the 4 screws out of the factory radio, slide it out, pull it down, and unplug all the connectors. So you have 2 connectors. You have one for your satellite radio, you have one for your regular radio, and you have your factory connectors. And here's all your factory connectors. Now on your factory main connector right here, check and see if it has 8 speaker wires. If it does, that means you have the non-amplified setup. If it doesn't, you only have 2 sets of speaker wires, which would be for the amplified model. This Jeep right here is a non-amplified model. It comes with both connectors just in case. The one we'll be using is for the amplified model. It has the gray and the white and the purple and the green wire, so it has all the speaker wires. So just check to see if yours has wires that match up with those. If you have the one that has a factory amplifier, you'll want to use the one that only has the gray and the white connectors, so you can see the difference. Alright, so simply come up here and plug it right in. Plug your antenna adapter into the white connector. And that's all there is for this. It's all plug and play. Alright, so next I'll be running these USB cables into the glove compartment, which is really easy to do on these. So let me run it. Alright, so at this point you should be good to go. You have your antenna wire, you have your 2 USB cables, and you have your plug for plugging the actual radio in. Now if you plan on using the backup camera, now is the time to go ahead and run the video cable through the dashboard behind the glove compartment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, and here's a close-up view of the backup camera connector. It'll get its power through this and send this to the rear camera input right here. So you'll plug it in here, and the other one will plug into the AR plug on the back of the radio. So here's the AR plug on the back of the radio. It's labeled AR. It provides you with a front camera input and a power wire connector to power these cameras. Alright, so to hook up the backup camera on these, you'll use the red connector to supply power to it, and you'll plug the yellow connector into the wire harness, one labeled as rear camera input. If you're using a front camera, you'll plug the front camera into the one labeled AR video input. But these will simply plug into the back of the radio. Alright, so at this point I've got all the wires ran that I need for the whole radio. So I'll plug the backup camera in. Just go through and connect up everything. It's all plug and play. And then once you have everything plugged in, go ahead and put it all inside the dashboard and screw it in place. And now the dash bezel's in place, go ahead and put its 4 screws in. Go ahead and put your plastic trim panel back underneath the steering wheel. And plug your window switches back in. Put your plastic package tray back up top. Alright, so at this point you're ready for the new screen to go in place. Before you put the new screen in, go ahead and move your screen mounts. Put it for the 11.6 inch model like this, you want to take the clips that were up top and swap them down to the bottom holes. And that should be all you'll have to do, and it'll be lined up properly for these Jeep Wrangler dashboards. So go ahead and plug it in. And once you have it plugged in, go ahead and rotate it up and clip it in place. Alright, now it's time to try it out. Alright, so try everything out now and make sure it's all good to go. And if it is, you're finished up unless you're going to install the backup camera. If you're going to install the backup camera, just run the wire on back to the rear and plug it all in. It's all plug and play. Alright, now for the video wire. I've already ran it up underneath the dashboard and up to the radio. And as you see here, you have more than enough wire to reach the back of this Jeep. But you just simply plug these into the camera's wires right there. And that's all you have to do on this model, because it gets this reverse light signal from the radio itself. So let me run this underneath all the panels on the Jeep, which is very, very easy to do. Like I said, I got it running underneath the dashboard right now. Alright, so the way you get your camera wire down to the trailer hitch area is you go in behind your passenger side tail light. You take just these inside 2 screws right here out, and the whole tail light will come out. And you run your video wire down and over to it in behind the tail light. Alright, so once you've got the video wire ran in behind the carpet all the way back here, I just ran it down and around all the way along the bottom edge of the carpet. So once you get it in this area, you're going to want to remove this plastic panel right here to gain access to the rubber plug to run your video wire out behind the tail light. Let me go ahead and take this panel off. Alright, so to remove this cover, you're going to want to take these 2 T30 screws out at the bottom. So that's really the only specialty bit you're going to need is a T30. And you'll need a Phillips head for taking the tail light out, but that's about it. Start up here behind the roll cage. Go ahead and pop your seatbelt thing up. So it just splits in half. And behind your roll cage, down here on the front side, you'll have a 110mm nut that you need to take off. And you just simply lift the panel right out. Alright, so now with that panel out, you'll see the rubber grommet that I'm talking about. This one right here. And that's going to be the one you're going to run your video cable through. That will exit out behind the tail light. Pull it down and unplug it. Now you have full access to get your whole hand up in here to run that video wire through. Now inside of here there's some very, very low density foam, and there's a hole in the bottom of the metal. So you just find where that hole is on the bottom side and poke a screwdriver through it, and that'll help you determine where that hole is. That'd be where you run your wire out from underneath to go over to your trailer hitch. So right here's where I ended up mounting the backup camera. You can still see the ball when you have the trailer hitch receiver in. Yep, there's what the live view looks like right now where I'm standing. So it's got really good viewing angle from where it's at. Alright, so here's the finished product of what it looks like. This is a 11.6 inch. Fits the dashboard perfectly, doesn't block any of the vents or anything. Looks great. All the steering wheel controls work perfect.
What, 8.5 minutes?
Alright, so here's an AR rear camera. This is where you can view it live, and you make it record like a DVR if you want to from within this app. And here's what the backup camera itself looks like when you put it in reverse. Pretty sweet. Here it is when you turn the parking lights on at night, it dims down. Gives back full brightness for the daytime. You have all your apps on here. Swipe left and right to go to any of them. Navigation works perfectly. It has really good signal too. You can change it, what apps that you want on the shortcuts down here. So everything looks really good. I'm highly satisfied with how it fits. Doesn't stick out any. It is a pretty big radio for this Jeep, but I'm satisfied with it. It's got really good sound quality. Video player. Of course, YouTube and everything would work. So very satisfied.